When you're a kid, you listen to early, rock and roll music, and I was always really drawn to the guitar. An electric guitar, feedback and this mad sounds, and it's such an expressive instrument. And I think when you were a kid, you had a lot of angst and you wanted to scream and do everything, and I could express it with my guitar. That's what was so cool. So I started bands early on, became part of the band that I'm playing in now, Vintage Trouble, and we've been on the road for many, many years. We come from very different backgrounds. My lead singer, he kind of grew up in a church, gospel kind of vibe, always singing. So when we mixed up all our music styles, we found a connection. It was like late 50s, early 60s rock and roll music. I'm talking about Little Richard, Chuck Berry, Muddy Waters. And that's what kind of fueled us is guitar, bass, drums, and vocal. And just 1, 2, 3, 4, go. I'm sitting here with a new Gibson Les Paul Standard, Tobacco Sunburst Les Paul. Come on, I won't get more beautiful than that. When you pick up a guitar, as a guitar player, the first thing you want to do is kind of feel the neck and how the frets are feeling. The binding feels right, the weight feels right. I notice there's a good balance on the guitar, because when you pick up a Les Paul sometimes, you got the whoosh, different trippy weights, and I like the way it feels when it hangs on you. Even if when I sit down, I usually have a guitar strap on, because you got to kind of feel how it hangs on your shoulder. There's no weight relief in this guitar at all. It's as straight up as it could be from the early 50s. One of the main components of a great electric guitar are obviously going to be the pickups. And in a Les Paul, we all know the history of the original PAFs, it changed rock and roll tone forever, like it wouldn't have been the kind of music that we hear today without these pickups. Straight up Gibson Burstbuckers, man, they sound great from the box. So this is really the magic in a Les Paul, I would say, is the Burstbuckers that create a great tone for especially for my music, straight up rock and roll music. You gotta have it. With this middle position, you obviously pick the pickups, but right here in the middle, you use both of them. And then with the two tone controls, there's a million different tones, which is so cool. You can almost have like your own little pedal board in a way between these two volume knobs, because you can get from a screaming lead tone, leaving this in the same position, or roll out and almost get a very beautiful, jazzy, clean tone. Another really very important part of a Les Paul is obviously the tuning pegs. And it's cool that they save the original look of them. When you pick up and plug in a Les Paul, it makes you play in a certain way. And it kind of almost feels like it pulls you back to the original rock and roll, the early stages of it, and we're here in America where it got created, and you realize that not much is changed, it's the same idea, and that's what I love. I don't think rock and roll music would have been the same without this guitar. I think the main thing with a Les Paul is to make it yours. And when I say that, I mean play it a lot. It's gonna be an extension of you, It's alive, There's pores in this wood, and it vibrates with the way you play music. So it does change, and you make it yours. It becomes your guitar, your magic, and your soul into it. So.